So we do have some more news, which is like, again, you might know more about this than I do. Well, you will anyway. So THRAWN's Kintsugi Stormtroopers in Star Wars Ahsoka. What on earth is that? Do you know what they are?
I've never heard of that, but
Okay,
I'm
so
not big into the EU either.
all right, well, okay, well, being someone that's not big on the EU, but obviously big on Star Wars, you pay attention to this and see what you think, right? Because I want your
Right.
opinion first. So the Star Wars, so this is making Star Wars.net, who have a very good track record. There's no reason to doubt them. They're normally on point. So Star Wars sequel trilogy will have an aesthetic influence on the next wave of Dave Filoni's Star Wars projects. The sequel trilogy style. So last year there was an article about how the production of Star Wars The Mandalorian would incorporate a form of the Praetorian Guards from Star Wars The Last Jedi into the series. While that production had designs inspired by Episode 9, 9, yeah. Star Wars Ahsoka will have designs inspired by what? 6, 7, 8. Oh, Episode 8 and then Episode 9. Sorry, The Rise of Skywalker. And so then, in Episode 9, Kylo Ren visits an ape named Albrecht, who is a blacksmith for the Sith. He monkeys around with their armor and fixes it up. Kylo Ren needs his mask repaired after Snoke made him discard it. In lore, the mask is repaired using Saracen iron. Fucking whatever. The red iron is used to weld the cracks of his armor together, giving it the red veiny aesthetic. Star Wars Ahsoka will riff on this aesthetic. Most of the stormtroopers will have been destroyed, their armor obliterated, much like Kylo's helmet. However, instead of the red veins running through the rebuilt armor, the stormtroopers have what has been described as golden cracks or yellow veins running through their exterior. It'll look like they've been pissed on.
You said golden cracks.
God.
It'll literally look like they've been urinated on. The visual used in Episode 9 is based on kintsugi, a Japanese art which translates to golden joinery. Broken valuables use gold or silver to mend and join the broken pieces of antique or art, and the process sees the breaks as part of the history of the object. So again, this is these weird stormtroopers in Ahsoka that THRAWN has, basically. So these troopers were reforged by the Night Sisters. In the Clone Wars, the Night Sisters were Dathomir. Of Dathomir had a green magic, but these are different Night Sisters from a new place. Perhaps their magic is golden instead of green. Fuck off. What happened to these troopers that had their armor cracked like glass and then in an awesome show of power put back together like Humpty Dumpty? Did the soldiers under those sets of armor die? Did the Night Sisters resurrect the Stormtroopers with rebuilt armor? We've seen Night Sisters resurrect an undead army to fight Count Dooku and General Grievous's forces. So what are these Stormtroopers? The Stormtroopers will be on the hunt serving THRAWN under the command of Balon, but led into battle by the red-sabred user named Shin, who is Balon's Sith apprentice, but he's a Jedi. Whatever. They'll be tracking the reunited Ezra, Sabine, and Ahsoka. I mean, I think this sounds terrible.
Yeah.
What do you think? You're a big Star Wars fan. What do you think?
So this is the first I'm hearing about this. I'm still not even 100% from getting over being sick. It's literally been like 2 weeks now. So I have not been on the up and up on the latest happenings of what's been going on. But just from listening to what you read, it just doesn't make any sense. It sounds like a way for them to alter and change something that already exists to be able to make new merchandise and sell new toys.
It does, doesn't it? It's literally, we'll give them piss stains on their armor. Kids buy that. They'll love that.
And the thing is, it's not like that armor really protects them from shit. You know,
No, they die instantly all the time. They get shot dead.
So putting the armor back together, like how about just giving them all brand new armor? Well, why would you put the regular stormtrooper armor back together?
Yeah.
With THRAWN being the tactician he is, you would think he'd be like, look, the stormtrooper armor is shit. All of it got broken. However, for whatever reason, I'm gonna design a new stormtrooper armor that's gonna be able to withstand laser blasts better, or something.
Yeah.
This just sounds completely dumb, and it just sounds like another gimmicky toy sale merchandise play on Disney's part.
Yeah, doesn't it just literally?
Yeah.
I mean, anyone else want to chime in on that? Probably about the same kind of stuff, to be honest, isn't it?
No, I agree with him.
Like, I understand that part of the big appeal of Star Wars has always been the toys.
Yeah.
But when it is so blatant that is just what they're trying to do, it does become a bit offensive.
Well, it's even worse than the prequels, right? Like, because even then, it was pretty obvious. You get to a point where George has got characters that are only on screen for 10 seconds, if that, and they've got figures, right?
Yeah.
Star Wars has always, and it's never been a secret that Star Wars makes more money off the merchandising.
Yeah.
So,
or it did.
Operative word being did.
Yeah. The merchandising for Star Wars is not very good right now. And the other thing is that I always thought that was dumb too, with Kylo repairing his helmet. Like, the helmet was made at some point in time. Just make a new one. Why?
I thought they would be cool, and like, since he had Vader's mask, why didn't he like repurpose Vader's mask somehow, build it into a new mask between the two of them or something?
Yeah,
like a whole new kind of thing. Yeah,
that would have been way more badass if he would have done a redesign and been like, this is inspired after my grandfather. This mask is broken. I'm now in charge here. So and then have it be some sort of Darth Vader type or similar looking mask or something, because when he just it looked like cheap super glued pieces together, like in the cartoons when somebody knocks over a lamp, at someone's house and they're trying to glue it back together and it just looks like shit, and they're like, they won't notice. It's like, why would he do that? I always thought that was dumb.
Well, it kind of ruins, like, first of all, this just shows you how like JJ and others involved with this stuff, Ryan Johnson and all these guys, they don't even understand pure symbolism and how to tell stories right, to be honest with you. Because like right there is a good place where they're trying to say, oh yeah, he broke it, well then he just put it back together. What symbolism is that there? That he's cracked, that he's damaged? Yeah, we already knew that. So go farther than that. Say more than that. Like I just said, so like you have a moment where he smashes his mask and then he picks up what's left of Darth Vader's mask. And like you said, he just looks at it and, you can tell he just has that moment on his head. The next time we see him is a completely redesigned mask that, like I said, is something that may be cobbled together between his old mask and Vader's mask, or like you said, a complete redesign that's inspired by. But that's your moment of saying, okay, he is remerging now as a new character, almost like a new person. Like that's kind of what the scene should have been a symbolism for, but it 100%. Kind of falls to the wayside. But
so bad, so bad.
And that's also reflected in the scene where we actually are introduced to him. Sorry, Nate, but like I say, watch that scene compared to the first time we see Darth Vader. When Darth Vader comes in, you don't even need the music, right? Like you can just pull out the music, even though John Williams' score is brilliant. Don't get me wrong. You don't even need it. Darth Vader walks in. George has the camera positioned where you're looking straight up at him. The smoke billows. He comes through the smoke and he just stands there. And that's all you need. When you watch the scene where Kylo comes into the scene, it's shot flat. It looks like it's shot on a stage. If you remove the music, it is horrible. Yeah, it is the most. It's just him walking for like 30 seconds.
Yeah, there was nothing really imposing about it. Darth Vader, they hit absolute gold with that. The outfit.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm sorry for going on a rant there, but that's kind of just this idea of how these guys don't even understand typical filmmaking, right?
No, well, no, but no, they don't. It's all member berries. I mean, the whole thing was member berries,
Mhm.
but again, ham-fisted, not authentic. Didn't legitimize itself.